The heart monitors beep quickened, cutting through the sterile hum of the operating room. Nurse Laura Bennett leaned over James Carter's pale form, her eyes flicking from the erratic numbers to the incision on his chest. "Doctor, this tissue, it's wrong," she whispered, voice unsteady. "It's like woven." Dr. Hayes froze, scalpel hovering. The mass wasn't a tumor, a dark, fibrous web, pulsing faintly, smelling of chemicals, not decay. "Vietnam vet, right?" he murmured. The room stilled. "Agent Orange," he said softly. Rain tapped the windows, oblivious of the war's ghost blooming in James's body. A silent killer, seated decades ago. What poison waits 50 years to claim its price? What did James hide? One click from you equals endless motivation for me. Please subscribe. James woke at 5:45 a.m., no alarm needed. Military habit, etched deep. His Mississippi cabin creaked in the pre-dawn chill as he lit the stove, the battered kettle hissing. Coffee brewed. Same tin, same scoop, measure by feel. He stood at the counter, watching light creep through the pines. Silence was his sanctuary, moments before the world stirred. The cabin, built by his hands in 71, held memories in every plank. A bookshelf sagged with war memoirs, a black and white photo hung above. 6 Marines, knee-deep in jungle mud, James on the right, cigarette dangling, half smiling through haunted eyes. Beside it, a folded flag in glass. Below, a Purple Heart, untouched, and a locked letterbox. He took his coffee to the porch swing, the creak familiar as breath. The sky turned orange, shadows stretching. Neighbors called him Quiet Jim, polite, distant. Kids whispered he was a sniper or hid treasure. He let the myths be. They kept people away. Twice monthly, he drove to town, groceries, gas, VA clinic for blood pressure meds. No veteran meetings, no church socials. His daughter Sarah called Sundays. "Blood pressure okay, Dad?" "Fine." "Meds?" "Every damn day." She'd stopped asking about Vietnam after her mom died. Breast cancer when Sarah was 10. James held her hand at the funeral, knuckles white, eyes dry. "Soldiers don't cry," he said. She never saw him cry again. Inside, everything had a place. Letters to his late wife, Margaret, sat bundled in a drawer, unopened, unwritten since 71. His mirror showed a strong frame, gray temples, a faded eagle and dagger tattoo bleeding into weathered skin. He slept on an Army-issue mattress, a photo of young Sarah with their old dog Scout on the nightstand. Some nights, he woke sweating, not always dreams, just chest pressure, nausea. He chalked it up to age. Pain was private. No smartphone, just a flip phone barely charged. Letters mattered more. He'd stare at the photo of his squad, fingers brushing Lucas's face. "Killed by a landmine in 69. "Still here, buddy," he'd whisper. No one heard. One morning, he caught a lump in mirror, left shoulder blade, small, firm. No pain, just there. He ignored it, told himself it was nothing, but it itched deep, persistent. By week 3, another appeared near his ribs, then his spine. They thickened, darkened, like spilled ink. He tried antibiotic cream, Epsom salts, even bourbon. Nothing worked. 7 lumps now, 1 pulsing. He stood shirtless, staring. "What's growing in me? Why now?" Sarah's call came Sunday. He hesitated, then said, "Found something on my back." Her voice sharpened. "What kind?" "Dunno. Probably nothing." Silence. "I'm coming tomorrow." She arrived at 10, car crunching gravel. He sat on the swing, coffee in hand. "You're up early," she said. "Always am." She sat beside him, leaves rustling. "You look thinner." Scale's the same. She studied him, pale, shadowed eyes. "Show me." He sighed, stood, peeled off his flannel. 8 lumps, purple and yellow, 1 crack with black veins. "Oh, God," she gasped. "Told you, don't worry." "This isn't nothing, Dad." She booked a doctor for 9 a.m. He resisted, saw it with Sam Lowell. VA took 8 months to say Agent Orange. Dead in 9. Sarah's eyes hardened. "You're going. Mom would have dragged you. His jaw clenched. Low blow. She loved you. Silence. I'm scared, he admitted. Now dying. Of them cutting me into something else. She softened. Together, then, I won't leave. He nodded. That night, on the swing, stars sharp, he sipped coffee slower. Alone, but not quite. What's inside you that waits this long to speak? And why does it feel like betrayal? The VA hospital smelled of antiseptic and despair. James sat rigid in the waiting room, flannel button high, Sarah's knee bouncing beside him. He hated hospitals, fluorescent buzz, rehearsed sympathy, echoes of field tents where men left changed. The nurse called his name. He rose slowly, Sarah close behind. In the exam room, Dr. Hayes, young and sharp, studied the lumps. How long? Few weeks, James said. 2 months, Sarah corrected. Hayes pressed each growth, measured, noted. Pain? No. Dizziness, sweats? Sometimes. Vietnam? James nodded. Herbicides. Is that a question? Hayes ordered MRI, CT, blood work. Concerned about abnormal proliferation. Could be systemic. Sarah pressed cancer? Won't speculate yet. In the MRI, James closed his eyes. The machines hummed, swallowing him. In the control room, Hayes frowned at the scans. Masses, shallow and deep, linked by thread-like structures. Not tumors. A network. Contrast eyes showed more. Filaments weaving through muscle, veins. Sarah paced outside, praying clumsily. Back in the room, Hayes said, not typical. Looks like a chronic reaction. Maybe dioxin. James stared ahead. Knew it. Why didn't you tell me? Sarah asked. Nobody listened last time. Biopsy scheduled for morning. Flashback to 69, Long in Province. Jungle thick, heat like flesh. James, 23, moved with his squad, M16 heavy. AC, 123 drone overhead. Spraying mist, silver, odorless. Leaves curled, bird silenced. Pest control, Sergeant Daniels said. James knew better. It coated his arm, cold. That night, he scrubbed raw by the river. Days later, a village. Huts, kids, chickens. He gave a boy, Min, candy, saw his shy smile. Exan chow, Min said. 3 days later, the village was dead. Chickens scattered, Min curled lifeless, black residue on his lips. Neutralize, command said. No battle, just chemical silence. Lucas died weeks later. Convulsions, blood from ears. No answers. James reported it. Paperwork vanished. He stopped trying. Back in the hospital, the biopsy began. James lay still, sedated. Hayes cut into the largest lump, grayish-purple, leathery, pulsing. Black liquid oozed, chemical smelling. This isn't cancer, he murmured. It's woven into him. Nurse Laura flinched. What is it? Send it to tox. Hayes ordered. The mass was laced through muscle, like ivy. He closed the incision, unsettled. This wasn't growth. It was invasion, dormant for decades. Sarah waited, clutching his dog tags. Hayes emerged. Systemic, maybe dioxin. Been there a long time. Her throat tightened. Agent Orange? Likely. James stirred, eyes fluttering. I'm here, Dad, she whispered. In his dream, the jungle watched, reaching upward. Why does a poison wait 50 years? What did James see that he buried so deep? James's breathing turned wet that night. A rattling click. Sarah pressed the call button. Dr. Hayes rushed in, lungs inflamed, oxygen dropping. CT showed shadows in his chest, black veins branching. It's blooming, Hayes said. Ventilator on, steroids, antibiotics. At 3:17 a.m., his heart spiked, then crashed. Code blue. Sarah sank, sobbing as the team fought. 7 minutes, then a beep. Alive? Barely. In ICU, machines breathed for him. Sarah stayed, clutching his notebook, letters to her, unsent, spilling war, guilt, men, love. You carried this alone, she whispered. By noon, vitals steadied. Hayes confirmed dioxin. Everywhere, triggering fibrosis. No reversal, just management. James woke slowly, eyes finding Sarah. Thought I was gone. Too stubborn, she teased. He rasped, official now. Yeah, Agent Orange. He nodded. Wanted to tell you, but didn't want you seeing me weak. You're not weak. I read your notebook. He stiffened. You carried Min's face. He nodded, tears welling. Tried reporting it. They ignored me. They believe you now, she said. Months later, the cabin felt softer. James, cane in hand, sipped tea on the swing. Sarah made a wooden box for his keepsakes. Dog tags, a squad photo, a .45 casing, the VA's approval letter. He journaled now. Rain, Sarah's laugh, sky before storms. Veterans visited. He listened, offered silence or truth. Sarah planted a garden. Tomatoes, basil. He added Min's photo to the box. Not so heavy now, he said. You're not alone, she replied. What's heavier, poise in the body or guilt in the soul? James carried both, but Sarah's belief lightened them. Ever carried a silent wound? Loved someone who hid theirs? Dig into your family's quiet. What truth waits there? Share below. Subscribe for more stories of buried pain, found healing. James Carter carried a war inside him for 50 years. Agent Orange, a poison for Vietnam, grew in his body, but the heavier burden was his silence. He hid the pain of Min's death, a boy he gave candy to, a village lost to chemical mist. That guilt, those memories, stayed locked in his heart, like the letters he never sent. Sarah, his daughter, changed that. By reading his notebook, she learned about the jungle, the boy, and her father's quiet strength. She didn't let him face it alone. Together, they faced the truth. The poison was real, and so was his courage. The wooden box he kept, holding dog tags, Min's photo, a bullet casing, wasn't just memories. It was a way to let go. The garden Sarah planted, the tea James sipped, the stories he finally shared with other veterans. These were steps toward healing. Healing doesn't mean forgetting pain. It means sharing it, making it lighter. Have you ever felt a silence in your family? Maybe a parent who never talks about their past, or a box of old letters you're afraid to open. Those silences hold stories, painful maybe, but human. James found peace because Sarah listened. What story in your life needs a listener? Share it below. Your words might help someone else. Subscribe, join us, and let's bring these hidden truths into the light together.